Welcome back, Minor League Esports GG here on Twitch. Some say the dream team. At the very least, we are the stream team for tonight's match. I am ZB, he is Turney Ernie, and we have another Premier League matchup. You witnessed a great game last series, a great series between the Bears and the Flames. The Bears came on top to advance into the conference semifinals, and we have yet another one tonight, the Eclipse and the Knights. Before we go any further, let's go ahead and pull up the playoff bracket. We do have one game already played on the Blue Conference. That is the Spartans and the Wolves. The Wolves came out on top of that one, so they advanced to the conference semifinals. You are about to witness the Knights and the Eclipse. By the 3 seed advancing, the 3 seed will play the 2 seed, the Hawks. So the winner of this game, the 4 and the 5 matchup between the Knights and the Eclipse, the winner will move on to play the Express. Turney, I kind of like it when it's very cut and dry, a very easy scenario for us to follow, because I sometimes have trouble following when it's complicated. So I like these very easy situations.
The MLE playoff system, it's very straightforward. There's no group stage. There's no double elimination tournament. There's no Swiss style tournament.
Sure.
It's 6 teams, single elimination, winner takes all with a case of balls guarana. But we have the Eclipse and the Knights. This should be a doozy. It is the 4 seed and the 5 seed.
Yes, it certainly is. I do love balls guarana. I do love Power A controllers and the Humble Bundle. And I do love the car that Uga is rocking. Look at that thing right there with the eyebrows and all. My goodness, he certainly came to play. So you have the Eclipse, shout out to Kimmy, in the purple, and you have the Knights in the crimson. Is that crimson maroon? I'm not sure. I'm not a color expert. But we are underway in Utopia Coliseum. Running for the Eclipse is Bayena and Dog. And then for the Knights, Toss Crazy and Ugo. Great back and forth action early in this one. The Eclipse able to get a shot on target, but an easy save for the Knights earlier. A demo creates a scoring opportunity for Bayena. All he has to do is beat Uga, but Uga spawned just in the nick of time. Dog trying to win that 50 and unfortunately goes the other way. Uga with the pass off the backboard. Can Dog clear it away? He doesn't have to. That pass is a little bit too far. Little cheeky touch there by Dog straight to Bayena. Bayena can't get the touch. Toss Crazy kind of centers it. Dangerous. Dog has to dive in. Toss Crazy with the touch. That's all the boost he had. Down. Can they clean it up? No. Dog is able to push it away. So not unlike we saw in the first series, game 1 of the first series, these teams trying to get a feel for each other, not able to find the net quite yet.
Yeah, both teams are kind of testing the water a little, feeling each other out before they start showing their hand here. As Bayena gonna flick it forward, tries to go bar down with it, but he's gonna get denied by Toss.
Yeah, really good opportunity there. Great demo. Toss is able to pick up the boost and the back. Dog's going to touch it away, but straight to Uga. Uga slow playing this one. Both Knights right on top of each other. This could be awkward and could be a scoring opportunity for the Eclipse, but Uga rotates out of there quickly and touches it away. Dog picks up the ball and the boost. A couple touches. He's going onto the back wall, touching it to himself. I don't know. Toss Crazy isn't going to wait to see what happens. The Knights are out of their wide open net. Where was the defense turning here?
The defense, Ugo just got beat out on the touch by Bayena, and he's going to put the Eclipse up midway through game 1 here. We're going to have to see if the Knights can turn it around.
Great observation. A lot of astute observers in the chat. The Knights, it almost seems like, have different colored cards. It must be the paint finish. We'll have to get Psionics on the case on this one. That ball going in off the crossbar out. Can Bayena finish? He can. His second goal of the game. The Knights not able to clear that away. Dog with the great pass. Bayena not able to get the first one, but turns and gets the second.
Uga trying to go for a squishy save. It's not going to happen. We're halfway through game 1 here. The Eclipse have found 2 and the Knights haven't really been able to get anything going right now.
They haven't been able to get the rotations quite synced together on defense. Toss Crazy has got to get into this one to clear that one away from danger. Uga has possession of the ball, but didn't have the boost. He's not going to be able to get to this one. I'm mistaken. It was Toss with the boost who was able to get that one, and he passes it to his teammate Uga. Uga has one to beat. He has to get it over Dog. He couldn't. Dog gets high in the air to get this one. Uga respawns on the backside. Bayena gets the dunk. Almost had a great goal there. The Eclipse doing everything they can. Great pass.
What a
great
team play.
goal. Turney, that was beautiful. Tell us about it.
Toss with the beautiful saucer pass. Uga's going to one-time this one, bounce it off the ground, cut the lead in half for the Knights. And this is going to give the Knights a whole lot of momentum here.
Yeah, it really will. You got to be fired up when you have a great play like that one. Those passing plays, we love to see it. Me and Turney, great fan of the team plays. We'll get fired up for any of those. Mistouched there, and Dog gets on the scoreboard for the first time.
Dog is going to respond here. Bayena got a bump, and then the pass out into the midfield. Dog just had to hit the ball to put it on net, and the 2-goal cushion is back for the Eclipse.
Very appropriate. Dog rocking the Wolf player banner. So you have to love the attention to detail in this one, and the Eclipse and their fans have to love the start to this series in game 1, taking the 3-1 lead as we approach the 82nd mark remaining in this one. The Eclipse came into this one as the higher seed. So you have to think that, they felt that they could come out and maybe dominate this one. Unfortunate touch there, but Bayena, he splashes that one home and gives the Eclipse a 3-goal lead.
Bayena, you can't do that.
Well,
he has a family.
Oh, no.
It's only game 1, and he's out here posterizing people like it's his job.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a mistouch there by Toss Crazy. I think the Knights are going to have to regroup to get back on track on this one. They're doing good things at times, but so often they're just making bad touches like that one. I think Dog should have put that one home. Just a little bit of a misplay. Crossbar and out. Unfortunately, really good touch by Whale to get that one around Toss Crazy. Toss Crazy gets the boost, so he's able to clear it to the side. The Knights can they have time to do damage here, but they're going to have to do it quickly. The Eclipse just doing such a great job of getting quality touches, keeping possession of the ball. If Uga doesn't touch that one, that might have been a great scoring opportunity for the Eclipse. Just 30 seconds remaining in this one. Dunk by Dog, bone and all, and that ball goes home.
And right now, this is really starting to snowball for the Eclipse. The Knights just can't even break out of their own half at the moment. But for the Knights right now, you got to forget about game 1 and just move on to game 2. Because it's a best of 3, it's a best of 5 series, so you don't have that much time.
Yeah. Knights certainly still in this. It's almost as if the Knights didn't see the Eclipse coming, if you know what I mean.
My.
That one was a stretch. Here we go, Eclipse maybe trying to put one more home as Dog has this. Kind of has an awkward play there, but this ball's still up. As soon as it touches the ground, or as soon as it goes into goal, good touch there by Toss Crazy to add a epic save to his stats category. But Turney, you know this, it was all Eclipse all the time in game 1 from start to finish. My goodness, 15 count.
I was just going to bring that up. The shots 15-2. That really tells the story as the momentum for the Eclipse just didn't stop, and the Knights weren't able to get anything going.
No, they weren't. It very much felt like the Eclipse were in control of the game, and Knights were doing everything they could just to thwart the Eclipse attack. They would try to clear it away, but there's the Eclipse turning right around on the ball. So Knights are going to have to regroup in the locker room here in Utopia Coliseum Dust, because they're going to need to change up their strategy, because the Eclipse are ready to play. So this is, as you said, a best of 5 series. The winner will advance to the conference semifinals. I am certainly ready for game 2. I know that the Knights are going to bring this around. I believe in Uga and his great car. I believe in Toss Crazy, and I know that we're going to see a better performance from them in this game.
And as for the Knights, I really just think what they need to do is they just need to calm down a little and just be consistent with their touches. We saw a lot of whiffs from them, and that allowed the Eclipse to maintain possession.
Yeah.
So for the Knights, it all starts with just being consistent with your touches.
Yeah, and the exact opposite was kind of the case for the Eclipse, as Toss is able to get a early lead just 10 seconds into this one. Love those Rhino horns. We might have to ask him about those in the post-game interview. Swing that.
I'm going to have to disagree with you there. Those aren't Rhino horns.
Uh-oh.
Those are the Stegosaurus spines.
Oh, no. Wow. Yeah, shows my ignorance. I need to be more knowledgeable, I suppose. Thank you, Turney, for your wealth of knowledge, and I do apologize, chat. Hunted, please invite me back. I am very sorry. We are back here in action. So the Knights, they have already found a way to capitalize early on a good play there. Uga gets a way to just challenge that touch by Yena, and he's able to pick up the boost as well. So even though Eclipse had possession momentarily, the Knights are going to do what they can to maintain this one. Good 50 there by Uga. This ball is with pace into the corner. Uga has to touch it over Dog. He does. That ball finds the net. Great passing play, and the Knights take a 2-goal lead.
Uga again, just feeding Toss Crazy. Beautiful centering pass. And Toss just had to make contact as both defenders weren't in position to get there. And the Knights seem to have found what they needed. Oh, Dog! Wow.
Dog put the Knights in the doghouse. And
oh
that
my.
is the official Paul's Garana play of the game. Clip that one, put it in the Discord or on Twitter. Hashtag MLEPOTW. Everyone in the neighborhood is barking after that one because that shot was just dirty.
For the Eclipse, they're going to cut the lead in half, grab a little bit of momentum, but we're going to have to see, or at least I want to see how the Knights are going to respond. Are they just going to turtle up on defense with this 1-goal lead, or will they push for more?
Yeah, I think both teams are going to be motivated to find that next goal. The Knights, they want to keep this offensive train rolling. The Eclipse obviously want to try to stop this attack as soon as they can. Ball in front of the net, very dangerous. Bayena is able to clear it away. Is Toss going to be able to get a flip on this one? He is! The backflip goal, the bicycle goal. You hardly see those at all these days. Back when I was in silver, I did those all the time, so I get fired up about those.
As the timing was perfect. If the ball got there a little bit later, Toss would have been demoed and it would have came to nothing. The Knights are back with a 2-goal lead and they seem to be firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, I said I knew that the Knights would look different in game 2. It's sometimes you just need that reset because you feel like you get in that deficit in game 1. But what's great about game 2 is it starts 0-0. It's anybody's game. And once you can kind of get that offensive train rolling, sometimes it feels like it doesn't stop. I have certainly been there in that situation on both sides. You have to be able to come out firing at the start of every game. That shot on target, Uga just going to have to touch that to the side, but it's Bayani. He's got about half a tank of boost. It doesn't matter. Uga read that all the way. Dog putting it up off the backboard toss. You love to be able to have that backboard defense. That is so critical at this level of play. Toss, very low boost. He's going to touch it over to Uga. Uga with the flick. That ball has pace, but there's Dog certainly putting that one away. Toss sends it right back home, just unfortunately too high. As we approach the 2-minute mark on this one, there's a shot that nearly goes in. This ball going back and forth, finds the far post. Neither Knight able to stop it, and that's the goal that the Eclipse needed.
The Knights thought they had everything covered, but Dog's going to decide to go around the block, shoot it far side. And with just over 2 minutes to go, the Eclipse are still hanging on here.
Yeah, I do want to remind the chat that our sponsor, Balls Guarana, comes in many flavors and in bottles and cans. Do not let that deceive you. Speaking of Balls Guarana, great shot by Dog. I don't know how he got up there and got the angle. Great passing play. This game is tied.
Dog has been let off the chain here in game 2. He's got all 3 goals for the Eclipse.
He certainly does. And just like that, like a Thanos snap of the finger, the Eclipse are just back in this game. It happens so fast sometimes.
Oh, the team plays from the Knights. Are you kidding me?
We are not kidding you. This is what we have come to expect from the Knights in this game. The touch, the touch, the touch. A little back and forth action there.
That is my Balls Guarana play of the week, as the selflessness from the Knights are going to give themselves the lead, as it just felt like neither of them wanted to score.
Yeah, sometimes, you're so unselfish, you just want your teammate to score, but that's what they had to do to beat the Eclipse defense, was just keep passing it back and forth until you found that opening and the goal. Here's Baena nearly on the ceiling, picked up the boost. He's not going to get the touch. Luckily, Dog does. Keeps that ball out of the goal. 80 seconds remaining in this one. The Eclipse found themselves in a deficit. Interesting play there to keep this ball in the middle third. Baena keeping it in, but not a touch to his teammate, a touch to Uga, who's up. He's upside down. He went for the reset. He didn't get it, and that will nearly cost them. Luckily, Toss read that he was going to have to retreat back on defense. 1 minute remaining. Eclipse are doing a lot of good things here. They've got to find a way to score. Dog not able to get the touch. Smart play by Baena to get it up and over the defender, but that shot might be on target. It nearly was. 45 seconds in this one. Eclipse need to find a goal to tie. That one's up, a little double commit. Can Baena make them pay? He touches it, but straight to Toss. Unfortunate. I thought he was going to put that far side. He didn't. Can he turn on this one? He can. He might be able to get it on his hood. He faked one. There's Dog, but not able to get it near post. So instead, Knights are going to try to clear this one out. 20 seconds remaining. Eclipse down 1. Have got to find a goal if they're going to force overtime in game 2. Otherwise, Knights are going to tie this series going into game 3. 9 seconds remaining. Baena with a really interesting play. He might be able to capitalize. He's not. Toss crazy with the save. This ball is coming down. Dog pops it up. Hold your hats. Uga says, not so fast, my friend. He puts it on the ground, and the Knights win game 2.
And the Knights really look like a completely different team here in game 2. They still got outshot. Or no, excuse me, shots were tied, which is nice to see after, I believe it was a 13-shot difference in game 1. But the Knights, they really got it all together here. And they were able to hold on to the lead, which was my biggest worry for them. So moving on to the rest of the series, I have a lot of confidence in the Knights right now.
Yeah, I have a lot of confidence in both teams. We saw great goals from Dog, was able to get that hat trick, had some nuts goals, and Baena was doing a lot of good things as well, just wasn't able to get quite involved as he was in game 1. But the Knights, they found the game plan that worked, and that's working quickly and working together. That's so important in MLE playoffs. Work as a unit, because you have two players on the field for a reason. You know, those passing plays, so important, trusting each other in the rotations, stuff we talk about all the time, but we talk about it because it's very important. Shout out to Coaching Hotline in the Discord server. Go there. We have a lot of good coaches in MLE, and we have a lot of great players. As we see on the pitch tonight, the series tied 1-1 going into game 3. We're going to get these players onto the pitch here at Utopia Coliseum. Dusk turning, Ernie. Is there a more aesthetically pleasing stadium in all of Rocket League?
There is not. It simply put, Utopia Coliseum is just the greatest looking map in Rocket League.
Wow.
You can't beat it.
You know, I think some may disagree, but it is certainly high on my tier list. Baena getting there at the last second to touch that one. Toss, I don't know if he's going to be able to get to that one. That boost or that flick, the flip, his dodge, was able to get him in front of the ball and used a lot of boost there to try to put that one home. So here comes Dog the other way. Uga is going to be able to get behind. Tough touch there. Toss crazy again. Right place, right time. This ball just kind of going back and forth. I thought Toss was going to send that one home. Uga was almost going to send it home. Two kind of missed shots there by the Knights, but at least you're putting shots on target. Keep that up, and the Rocket League gods will eventually let you score. It's an investment, really. Putting shots on, it's an investment. Those will eventually go in. Eclipse doing everything they can on the backside, trying to create this offensive pressure from the Knights, turn it into a scoring opportunity of their own. They might be able here to. Dog low on boost. Too slow, because here comes Toss. Uga with a lot of boost. Is he going to do the double? He almost did the double. That would have been absolutely crazy.
Toss barely gets there in time. And again, it's a lot from what we saw in game one. Both teams trying to feel each other out a little.
Yeah, both teams using all the tools in their toolbox to try to get this ball past the defense, but neither team being able to do that. We are nearly 2 minutes into this one, and this has a little bit of a Bears Flames game one feel, where both teams, the pace, the difference is the pace in that game felt a lot quicker. This pace a little slow for what we usually see in the Premier League and minor league esports, but both teams making sure that every touch they have is precise and effective.
Both teams are doing the little things right, and I feel like that's kind of the basis for both teams right now. Is they're just focusing on the little things. They're not trying to do anything too crazy like what we saw from I believe it was Keltini in the first series. Ooh. But they're consistent with everything.
They certainly are, and probably playing, a little passive, not going for those aggressive plays. Ooh, Dog is in a bad spot. Uga buries it home. Dog got stuck on the near post, and that cost him.
And the scrappy play from the Knights is going to benefit them, as they're going to get the first goal here midway through game 3. As this game has been a little lackluster than the first 2 games of the series.
Yeah, it definitely has a different feel to it. Hyena doing a great job just to find a way to tie this game up quick. The aggressive play, the great pressure. I don't think had a lot of boost, but still went for that challenge anyway. Won the 50, put it on a perfect place on the curvature on the wall. Read that like a book and buried it home. And just like that, tie game.
And just like that, we are back to square one with a tie game.
Ooh. Yes, certainly the scoreline is tied 1-1. The series is tied 1-1. Could you ask for a more competitive match and series? I say no. Toss Crazy trying to take this one out of his corner, but it's going to be intercepted by Dog. Uga has to 50 that one to keep it out of danger. Bayena is going to have a touch. He goes straight to Dog. Dog with the doink. He nearly did it. But Dog and Bayena are going to retreat. They cut the ball off at midfield. Uga going to have to touch this one away to create a scoring opportunity of his own. He touches it forward. Toss Crazy way back there on defense, not able to bury that one home. A lot of times we'll see teams pass it to the midfield in the center, but their teammate just not quite there. You got to make sure you are on the same page of the game plan. Toss Crazy putting that one into the corner, touched away, but Uga is right there to put that one back off the backboard. Dog gets a good touch, but here comes Toss Crazy. Tough angle. That one's up. Good job by Dog to box him out there. A little Shaquille O'Neal action in front of the goal. That certainly helps. Less than a minute remaining, and this one seems to be going by quick. This game tied only 1-1. High-flying action here in Utopia Coliseum Dusk. This ball stuck in the midfield. Dog's going to push it forward. Toss is ready there to touch it away. Neither team really able to do anything. Oh, almost had a rule one, but it was more of a T-bone action there. Shout out T-Bone Jones. Uga, he's up. He's freestyling. That ball pushed away, turning. Is anyone going to score?
Eventually, yes, but it seems right now both teams are being very defensive and playing it safe.
Yeah. They don't really want to be that team that makes a mistake and puts themselves in a deficit in game 2. Here's a shot off the backboard. Dog's there, but he's not going to get a touch. That's straight up. Uga is low on boost. He's not going to be able to dribble it. We almost had a bacon situation, but we avoided that. So I think you have to change your strategy. Both teams, I feel like, have been playing passive. Dog's going to dive in there. Actually, it was Uga. He almost scored that one. I don't think you can be passive in overtime. You have to be that team that strikes on the ball quickly and find a way to win this one.
I'm going to have to disagree with you. I feel like you have to be defensive like both teams have played. You don't want to be the one to be aggressive and make the mistake. As there is a mistake right there, Dog is going to capitalize here in overtime. And the Eclipse are now 1 game away from moving on.
Yeah, that was tough. Toss Crazy. You can't really put yourself in a good position there defensively because you can't really predict where that ball's going to go. He kind of put himself like in the front and center, but a little out of the goal. I think if he could have played more in the goal and just be ready for anything there, but it's happening so quickly. It's very tough. So, that's fine. You may or may not have been right, Turney Ernie. I will give you credit for that, but the Eclipse found a way to score in that one, both Dog and Bayena getting a goal. And as you mentioned, going into game 4, the Eclipse are on match point. I know there's a lot of Eclipse fans in the chat, a lot of Knights fans in the chat. So keep it civil in there. I know MLE, toxic free community. I love seeing that. And I love seeing all of the viewers we have tonight. This is going to be a great game. Invite your friends, invite your family, call your neighbor, wake them up. Hey, it's Sunday night and we have hot Premier League action.
And I feel like this series is just going to come down to who makes the first mistake and who makes the last mistake, as we saw in game 4 there.
Very interesting.
Game 3 there. The Eclipse were the ones to make the first mistake, but in the end, the Knights made that last mistake and it cost them the game.
Yes, it did. Turney, I am holding you to that. I am going to keep close records of who makes the first and last mistake. Because I want to prove you wrong just once. I would feel great about that. So we are underway. This is game 4. This is MLE, Minor League Esports. You have come to the right place. This is, in my opinion, as good as it gets on a Sunday night on Twitch. If you haven't heard of us, check out our website, MLE Esports GG. You'll find out about the league and you'll find out about our sponsors, Balls Guarana Energy Drink, Power A Controllers, and the Humble Bundle. Great deals on great games every month for a low price. Uga trying to touch it to Toss Crazy. Neither of those touches of quality, and Dog gets a really powerful touch. It's going to Bayena. I thought he was going to be first to the ball. A little double whip. What an angle.
Wait, what?
Post and out. Someone check the geometry on that goal because I don't know how that one came out.
I've never seen that before where it's such a low angle and it shoots right back out from where it came from.
It must have hit just right on the corner. Almost had a Justin moment there. Great touch nearly by Uga. Unfortunately, the Knights aren't going to be able to retreat on defense, and the Eclipse are the ones that find the early goal.
And there is that first mistake. Toss Crazy overextended, wasn't able to get that touch. And the Eclipse on match point in the lead here early.
Yeah, and you have to wonder about that one. That nutty play that Uga went for. There was only going to be really 2 outcomes. That either was going in the net or Eclipse were going to be able to take it quickly the other way. I don't think that touch was going to be in a position for Toss to score. He really dove in there, and Uga wasn't able to retreat quite fast enough to be able to defend that one. So hopefully that one doesn't come back to bite them. Bayena with almost a great shot, very mechanically sound there, and a even better save there by the Knights. The Knights, that save keeps them in this game early as we approach the 3-minute mark. Knights down 1 with the Eclipse on match point. So they're going to have to find a way to at least tie this one in regulation, if not find a way to win. Uga pops that one high up. You wonder, does he have boost? Regardless, it doesn't matter because Dog had a full tank of boost, and the Eclipse are able to push this one forward. That shot's on target. Uga
Not a
Booga
shot clear.
out of nowhere. There it was. Dog tried to do his best Justin impression. He wasn't able to. Toss out of boost. This game, it comes down to, again, this tactical gameplay where you just have perfect touches, and Bayena has another really great touch to give the Eclipse another goal.
And again, a double commit from the Knights is going to cost them. The Eclipse now have a 2-goal lead. There's half a game left. Plenty of time for the Knights from what we've seen tonight. But
yes,
the Knights just seem a little bit discombobulated. They seem off. They just seem off right now.
Yeah, this feels more like game 1 where the Eclipse were able to just completely dominate. And then it was game 2 where the Knights just picked up the pace and were able to have a really good performance in that game 2, the game that they were able to win. So the Knights, they only have 2 minutes to do this. I would recommend to them, just go quickly, see if you can catch the Eclipse in a bad spot. Here's Uga upside down, just ran out of boost. There is Dog touching it. Is he going to be able to get it over Toss Crazy? He's not. Bayena, touch off the wall with pace and off the backboard. Toss is not able to win this 50. That ball's dangerous. Uga has to turn on it. He's not able to. Dog tried to touch it over Uga. He's not able to. 100 seconds left remaining in this one. A 50 by Dog. That one is going to hit the post. Uga not able to clear it away. This one is awkward. Dog, pass to Bayena, saved by Toss Crazy. Less than 90 seconds remaining now. Eclipse up by 2. The Knights have got to find a way to score. There might be one. Had Toss been able to get a touch on that ball, that would have been beautiful. Bayena up and with boost, but Uga touches that one down. Out of danger. Toss Crazy going to get this boost bumped away by Bayena. This one going quickly towards the Eclipse goal. Uga kind of with a bad touch, but luckily it goes straight to Toss Crazy. Uga might be able to win this 50. He's boostless. Tries to wave dash, not able to. So Bayena has the ball in the opponent's corner. Less than a minute left in this one. Toss Crazy still has no boost. What is going on here? Where is the boost?
The boost is all in the Eclipse tanks, as they've done this all series long, is constantly just steal the boost pads from the Knights. It's an open net, and Dog is going to put the nail in the coffin here.
Turney, I have one question for you. My question is, who let the Dogs out?
The Knights did, because they just got walked all over.
Oh, you hate to see that. Eclipse up 3. The Knights have got to find a way to get goals, and get goals quick if they are going to tie this game and the series. Bayena trying to get this touch. It's awkward in front of the goal. Bayena has the ball. He's just going to try to slow this one down. Only 20 seconds remaining. Eclipse playing a little bit of keep away and doing a good job. Maybe even playing a game of fetch is Dog. I'm not entirely sure. Uga doing his best to get a touch. He can't. Dog with the demo. Bayena keeping this ball away. As soon as the touch is down, exclamation point for Dog, and that is it. The Eclipse take the series 3-1, and they advance to the PL Conference semifinals.
Dog is going to show the Eclipse are the goodest of boys against the Knights.
Yes.
The Eclipse are going to block out the sun and say nighty-night to the Knights' playoff hopes and dreams.
Yes, you have reminded me. It is actually past my bedtime, so I very much have to get out of here. Early morning for me. But man, Turney, this has been 2 great series, highly competitive action in the Premier League. If you are watching and you are not in MLE, I urge you, this is the best online community that you can find. Great people, great fun, tons of events happening all the time. Go to MLEsports.gg. There's a link at the top to join. You can apply. I certainly recommend you doing that. And if you haven't already, if you have Twitch Prime, go ahead and use that Twitch Prime sub on MLE Sports GG. I guarantee that it will be put to good use. Production team, let's put up the PL bracket just one more time. So as we saw earlier, the demo lost to the Elite and the Bears beat the Flames. So in the Orange Conference, it will be Pandas versus Bears and Wizards versus Elite. And now in the Blue Conference, we do know the outcomes of all of those games. The number 1 seed Express will play the number 4 seed Eclipse, as the Eclipse are the winner and the lowest remaining seeds. And the Hawks will play the Wolves. So, Tony, we have 8 games in the Premier League next week, and they are all going to be high octane and extremely exciting.
Mm-hmm. We have 8 games in all 4 leagues, so there's still plenty of matchups.
8 teams, 4 games. My mistake.
There's still plenty of playoff action here left in the MLE postseason of season 9, I believe.
Yes, there certainly is. I want to shout out to our production team. Casey, Scragg, and Rio did a great job. And Turney, I am going to say it. Not only were we tonight's stream team, but we are the dream team. I'm saying it. Someone tell me I'm wrong.
I'll put that on Twitter later. We are the casting dream team.
Hey, thank you again. Thank you again all for being here. We will see you in the server. We will see you on Twitter. We're on Instagram as well. Thank you again. I'm ZB. He is Turney Ernie. This has been a great night of Rocket League action and MLE. We will be back on stream next Saturday. So make sure to hit that follow, that heart button, and hit that bell to get the notifications. We will see you next time. Good night.